There he is, the
Watch
fucker.
out, he's recording.
Oh no.
He's got a microphone.
The allegations are true. Just ruin this audio as well.
Perfect.
They actually had to take Craig's passport off him so that he couldn't flee to the British Virgin Isles.
Oh, it's a goated reference.
It's topical.
Yeah.
Won't be topical by the time this is released, but
2 months' time.
He'll have died in prison by then.
Wow. Oh no. It's a little bit too topical. Good morning and welcome to the Hobby Breakfast Show, kicking off your mornings with Wargaming Chats. It's Onod here. I'm joined by OT.
Hello, everyone.
And the Mayor.
Hello.
And we're back with another exciting army list review for that game that one of us still plays. We're going to be looking at monsters. Ooh. We're going to be reviewing the Eagles, Check's Notes, Dragons of the North, Fangorn, and three Trolls. Yes, we did run through that moments before we started, and I forgot. We'll cut to that later because first, and I know that viewers are keen to hear because this is everyone's favourite bit of the Hobby Breakfast Show podcast. It's hobby. Hooray. OT, what hobby have you done?
I have started as we're calling it, the secret project. I'd say I've done about a third.
Wow. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yep. I think people are going to be so disappointed when they find out what the secret project
there's
is.
There's an assumption there that people care. And I think that might be I think
dangerous
it's a bit of an ego trip on our behalf.
I know people won't care, but I think that the viewers will assume that the secret project might be something that they would be interested in, but they aren't.
Well, there we go. It's Schrodinger's thing, right? Like they don't know they're not interested until we open the box. So if we never open the box,
just never do it. Yeah. Smart. Have you done anything else? Should we just stretch this into something because there's nothing to actually put on the screen? Do you want to talk about any Legion games you've played?
I had my two worst defeats in my entire Legion career in the same evening.
Get wrecked.
It was so bad I conceded on turn 2 in the first game. And then it was so bad that I conceded on turn 2 in the second game. And then
is it still a balanced game that you enjoy?
I enjoyed the game. They've made a mistake with certain models, and they will be balanced pretty quickly. However, they won't be balanced until they've sold lots of the OP models that they've released, as they've done with all the previous releases.
Smart.
Such is the nature of things. So
you can't say that they're not good businessmen.
Well, yeah, they are, and it plays into the Shatterpoint thing as well, right? Like, it turns out that just pandering to competitive players in the Legion sphere is much more profitable than pandering to thematic gamers in the Shatterpoint sphere, which is why competitive games always tend to survive longer than games that are purely thematic.
They're doubling down on Marvel Crisis Protocol, though.
They are, but that has a decent competitive scene, I think.
Okay, I still yet to ever see anyone play it. So clearly not big in my area, but
yeah, Legion is ultimately fine. It's not very balanced at the moment, and that's out of my control because I only play Rebels who aren't very good at the moment, so it's fine.
Wow. A fun month of hobby for OT.
Indeed.
Mayor, have you done anything?
I have. I mostly the lead up to our just 3 orcs scenarios, because there's nothing like a deadline to get your painting motivation going. I've printed and built Weathertop, which was quite interesting. I was a bit daunted by such a large piece of terrain, but actually just spray painting it brown and then dry brushing stone colours of various shades and tree colours over it was quite therapeutic, actually. And I just tried to take the attitude that it doesn't really matter, it's a piece of terrain. So that went, I think I did it in about 3 hours, although that was 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. And I've also painted a bunch of Wild Men of Dunland, as I'm calling them, which are the Vix-Trix, which people will have heard me mention before. Barbarian Germanic dudes, and they're nice models. They're about half a head higher than most other human-sized miniatures. But I enjoyed painting them. I enjoyed building them. We used them in our Just 3 Orcs scenario, so they were good fun as well. I finally painted some white hands on my Orthanc Iron Fist Blood Bowl team. So I've been playing a lot of the Black Orcs in Blood Bowl. I've done 3 games now, and as of the last game, which is the 3rd in the league, I went from 1st in the league to 4th, so that's fine. So I'm on 2 draws and a win, which is pretty good for my first ever league, I think, especially with Black Orcs, which I think are better than they used to be, but still not quite top tier. So I'm doing okay with them, and I've got 2 more games with them. One against Bretonians, which is up next, and then the last one is against Norse. And those 2 players are doing less well than I am in the league, so we'll see how those go. Other than that, I think I've been desperately trying to get into my secret project, and it's going to be happening for me over the next few weeks, hopefully. Been to a couple of SBG event, or 1 SBG event, I think, since last time, although I can't remember what it is. I just have a feeling that there was one. Other than that, chilling out.
There we go. Love. So let's move on to my hobby. Lovely. What have I done? Oh yes, I painted some stuff for the Middle Earth that we played. I painted Gandalf the Grey on Shadowfax. Where I just didn't paint. Well, I tried to file down some of his like reigns and stuff, and then I was just like, oh my god, this is going to take forever. So I then couldn't be bothered and just painted it white. So it doesn't look fantastic. I think the scenario that this is in has already come out, where Shadowfax just dies, and we're never going to use this model again. I'm like, oh no. Like,
there have been some quite spicy permadeaths in the...
It's just absolutely no point in this model anymore, but I guess at least I painted up a Gandalf the Grey on horse, and he's there. I painted up a load of Rohan. So I've got Aemir foot and mounted. I painted up Hammer. I painted I want to say 11 Riders of Rohan ? I painted up Sven, of course, on Donkey. We won't have released this yet, so you're getting a glimpse into the future, those of you who watch all our content, many of you. I painted up Gambling with Royal Standard, and then I painted up a proxy for Theodred because we realised that we didn't have a model for Theodred. I also painted some Blood Bowl miniatures. Hooray!
Wait, you play Blood Bowl?
Shut up. I painted...
I actually play most weeks.
I painted Joseph Bugman.
Bloody love the Bretonians. Oh, they're all dressed as Frenchmen.
Just gonna cut all your audio from this bit. Mayor very kindly bought me this. I can't remember why he bought me this mare, but thanks.
I just thought you needed cheering up on that day because you did so terribly.
Thanks.
What did he buy you?
A
miniature.
Blood Bowl miniature.
Right. You play Blood Bowl?
This is way more than I give you for Legion, Jesus. And I also painted up the Green Knights for my Bretonian team, who I love because they're French. Cool. And he is going to be a proxy for probably the Mighty Zug.
Really? That is a good profile.
Yeah,
it's a good name as well. It is a good name. Right. Now we can talk about the FAQ.
Oh.
I don't even know if I have anything to say.
I don't think it'll affect the meta at all. I think the meta will stay exactly the same. That's my take.
Oh.
I think tournaments will now stop banning eagles. So I guess
I don't think they were technically banning eagles before. I think they were just imposing rules that
introducing a minimum model count so that eagles couldn't be taken is banning eagles. It's just rather than banning them, they just went, you can't take them, but not because we specifically said you can't take eagles. Basically. Yeah. I think there was some like minor tweaking to Grima and all that sort of nonsense.
Yep.
It didn't really affect Grima, to be honest.
Yeah.
The arm in the white hand, you can hit Grima with it now, whereas you couldn't before, but that doesn't really matter.
I'm not sure that's what that rule change was. I think the change was that you used to. I think the change was you used to be able to hit Grima, now you can't, or maybe I've misread this. I'm not sure.
Pretty sure it was a debuff, and I'm pretty sure that would be a buff.
Yeah, this is what people subscribed for.
What, that you can't hit Grima? You not being able to hit Grima is the buff
with the lightning.
God, this is fucking painful.
But being able to hit him would be better because then you have more options on what to hit.
No, I mean, you could place the lightning anywhere you wanted before, as long as it was away from 12 inches away from your miniatures, not including Grima. So you could hit Grima before, but now you can't put it in a place where Grima could get hit. If that makes sense.
So that is worse, isn't it?
Yeah, but yes. I don't think it really affects the list that much.
Sure. If you say so. I guess you can still spam Crabane, so whatever. Wow, I think I've really reached the limit of talking about this.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm sure that everyone was thrilled for that chat we just had.
Basically, shit happened, and I don't think
now people have to deal with it.
Yeah, I don't think any of it was huge. It was all just fine.
No men of
I think
the
West. Drums in the deep is a big deal. I think.
Oh yeah,
going to a permanent effect to once per game is a big deal.
I forgot about that. The absolute just demolition of the rules for that army list.
Yeah,
crazy change. I mean, completely fair.
Yeah.
But yeah,
board wide banners and Harbinger was problematic.
There you go.
Shit's crazy.
It's interesting that they went with that rather than just saying you had to take the Balrog.
I mean, I suppose that then would warp it around certain points levels in a way that might not be fun.
Yeah, but taking the Balrog list without the Balrog anyway is a bit kind of like... There's plenty of other lists where they say you have to take a massive hero that means you can't play them at certain points anyway.
Yeah.
This is kind of the addition of that being a thing, right? So...
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go. High level chat from the most competitive YouTube channel around. You're welcome, viewers. Let's talk about some monsters.
It was the monster match.
Yes. Just to quickly recap for people who haven't seen the last two episodes. What are you doing? Go watch them right now. You don't. Are you
talking to us or the listeners?
Mainly Mayor, because I know that he can't remember what he's saying as he's saying it.
I think at least half of them were rage bait. I think he knew he had to on the ropes, and he was like,
"Oh, Mayor's review of the fucking Defenders of the Pelennor was 100% rage bait, but there we go. We are running through, and we're not doing this from a competitive sense. So once again, please don't comment below telling us that we rated something really high when actually it's shit. We don't care.
Are we including the FAQs?
Well, I guess we are, because we are going to be talking about the Eagles. We're going to be rating them based on theme. Is their theme good for an army? Rules to theme, which I think should be themes to rules.
No, it's how the rules contribute to the theme.
Do the rules translate in? Do the theme translate into the rules?
Okay, I'll put that instead.
I don't know anymore.
It changes every time we do this.
Yeah,
I haven't had any extra letters to which book of.
No, don't change it to do the theme, because then I'll forget what the fuck that means. Just leave it as rules to theme, because we kind of know what it means, even though it doesn't make sense as a sentence. Basically, do the rules reflect the thematic thing they're meant to in a good way? The eyeball test fun. Which again should be the eyeball fun test, but we move. This is basically does it look fun to play? Hobby opportunity. How good are the basing opportunities? Value. Is it expensive or not? Interesting play, which I'm sure in around 20 minutes we will have the same conversation regarding what the difference between interesting and fun is that we have every episode. And then we've got the oh god, what does this even stand for anymore?
Would you ever be tempted to play if you could be bothered, even if you don't like MESBG?
That category. And then we've got, would you go to the pub with the leader, and would you go to the pub with a person? What plays this list? God, I do feel like these categories are increasingly merging into each other.
I think
I might need to
scoring them all about 20, so
yeah, I think I might need to go back to the original meanings of these categories just to refresh before the next episode. We're going to be going through all of the lists mentioned earlier, and we're going to be starting with the Eagles. As is tradition, OT, would you like to explain to the viewers the Eagles list whilst I find the Eagles list on Tabletop Admiral so that I can also remember?
Yes. The Eagles. The Eagles are coming. Friendly Eagle models gain a +1 to their strength on a turn in which they charge. Amazing. Piercing Cry. Once per game at the start of any move phase, Gwaihir may use this special rule as long as he is alive and on the battlefield. If he does, then enemy models within 6 inches of Gwaihir cannot charge during that turn, but may otherwise act normally. This was changed in the FAQ.
Mm-hmm.
Additional rules. The Eagles may not include more fledgling Great Eagles than Great Eagles. Your options are Gwaihir is your only named hero, then you have Great Eagles who are Fight 7 and D8, and then you have fledgling Great Eagles who are Fight 6, Strength 5 and D7. So the fledgling Eagles, Great Eagles are slightly worse but cheaper, and the Great Eagles are stronger but more expensive.
Lovely. So there we go. Let's discuss theme then. Do we approve theme? Do we think it's a good theme to base a list around? OT, you were going to kick us off. It is out of 5, but with 0 as an option because
5.
It is 5. Jesus Christ! You're going to have to explain that one.
Playing with Eagles in MESBG was the most fun I ever had in the game, and I think that has massively warped my perception of whether or not this is a good theme. The only memory I have of this is the theme being incredibly fun and justifying it that way. So I think this is a good theme.
Yes. OT specifically played the Eagles between December 2024 and March 2025.
I managed to fit like 2 or 3 tournaments in. And then when they actually were buffed to become good and had their own army with Thorin's company, I stopped playing them.
Yeah, there you go.
Naturally contrarian.
I'll go next. I actually think thematically, I am going to rate the Eagles as their own army a little bit lower, because I think with the new army list design, thematically it makes much more sense for the lists where the Eagles are, like the fact that Thorin's company now has the Eagles as part of it. I think makes more thematic sense, because the Eagles don't really fight as an army independently. They turn up to help other people. So I'm only going to give this a 3 for theme. I do, however, still think it's a good theme. And I think that it would be a bit weird if there wasn't an Eagles list. Obviously, it's been a bit weird this edition that they were suddenly really good, because I think that as a list, they shouldn't really be meta defining. They should be kind of the weird list for people who really like birds. But yes, or Grima. Yeah,
I'm sort of between the two of you, because I kind of like that it's its own thing, but I also agree that it maybe shouldn't be. But there are plenty of other examples of lists that shouldn't exist. I'm going to give it a 4.
Lovely. And then we have rules to theme. OT.
To be clear, for the rules in this section, is it specifically the rules for the army, or is it the rules for Eagles as a whole?
It is the army rules combined with the list building, combined with the actual rules of the models. So it's everything together. I think we're mainly leaning towards building and list, like the army rules and the list building being the most important thing. But if there are obviously rules on profiles which are relevant, then I think that should be included. Yeah.
Okay. I think pre-FAQ, this would have been like really quite low, because I thought the rules were fucking stupid. Post FAQ, I still think the rules are kind of dumb and a little bit lacking. But the thing is, I really like the profiles. I think like the Eagle is why I asked about like the models themselves, because I think Eagles play how I'd want Eagles to play as a model. But I think the rules of the actual army are poor. I'm going to go for a 3.
Okay. Yeah. I'm still not really sure that I understand Piercing Cry as a like thematic representation. To me, Piercing Cry felt like a how can we make an all monster list like Eagles work without them getting surrounded, as was tradition in MESBG, and why monsters had always struggled. Because the Eagles got one good charge and then they were kind of
screwed.
It was up to the whims of the dice basically, and I think this was the decision of the rules making team to try and rectify that, and I think that they got it a bit wrong.
Yeah.
I guess it's better now, but now it's kind of like, so Gwai here squawks, and people go, "Oh, I won't charge him then, but I will just go about my daily business as if he's not there." I just don't really get it. It's very like gamey. It's not very thematic. So I'm gonna go for. I see what you're saying about like, I think the Eagle profile's good. I think the +1 on the charge is good, but they get that in the other lists. Whilst this list, like the defining thing is the army list building and that sort of thing. Yeah. So I'm actually going to go just below average with a 2 on rules to theme. Mayor.
as a tradition, I'm going to copy you because I think the thing that sticks in my mind the most when I see the Eagles in the films is them picking up and throwing around evil models, evil characters and orcs and whatnot, and they don't have that rule represented in any way. Even though things like the bloody Gundabad bats or whatever they are,
yes, they should.
I was wondering, swoop attack.
They should have the fucking bat rule, shouldn't they?
They should, because I think that also gives them a sort of hit and run aspect that you could utilize. I mean, I'm not saying they need to be any better than they are right now, but I feel like in terms of this category, rules to theme, I think they've missed something big there.
So I believe that the war bat in this edition has a rule called pluck. If this model charges into combat, choose a single enemy model on 25mm base that this model moved over and roll a d6 on a 4+. This chosen model is immediately knocked prone.
Okay,
Amazing.
so I'd perhaps add, like, maybe they'd take a strength 3 hit or something.
I think that's already pretty good. I guess monstrous charge kind of makes it irrelevant, but then knocking prone.
It works when you're then surrounding like a model with your infantry, but when you've only got eagles, you knock them prone, sure, but realistically, that then doesn't lead to you charging them while they're prone. Because if you're charging as the eagles, then you got monstrous charge anyway, so it doesn't matter. So knocking models prone actually doesn't matter at all.
Or
it does for denying them movement.
It does, and it stops them attacking you if they win the fight.
But so stopping you attacking them is actually quite nice. Monsters.
I would just like it represented in some way.
They should have their own special brutal power attack if they're part of this list. Because Ents have their own brutal power attack, and the Eagles could have something where like barge, but rather than barging people out of the way, they fly off and drop the guy that they're fighting. That kind of thing, and make them more of like a hit and run type thing, but not so obnoxiously like kind of control-y like they are. I don't know. We can workshop it. It's not really what this video is about, but they definitely missed an opportunity. So you went for a 2, didn't you?
Yeah.
Lovely. The eyeball test fun. OT.
5.
Why a 5?
Shit's so good. Like, if I was to come back and play any SBG list, it would be the. I don't know. It like Eagles made me feel smart, and for that reason, it's a 5.
Wow. I think you should be giving Thorin's Company a 5 though, because they
didn't make me feel smart. The Eagles made me feel smart.
But you played Eagles with Thorin's Company.
I know, but that's because I wanted to do the conversions on the pony, and then I wanted to use them. But like, it was the Eagles in that list that were the fun things. Thorin's Company just ran around spending might and trying not to die.
But Thorin's Company has Eagles now, so whatever. Okay, I get what you're saying. The Eagles are the fun bit.
The barrier is not Thorin's Company having Eagles. The barrier is I don't want to play MESBG.
Yeah, true. Okay, so OT thinks they look very fun. I guess I think that they look above average fun because I do quite like all hero / monster lists. I'm not sure I like birds massively. I mean, they're okay.
A 3 out of 5.
Birds, 3 out of 5. I might be tempted to say 4 actually. I think just as default, I'm going to find all the lists today more fun than your average MESBG. I'm going to go for 4 for fun.
Just a weird guy who's just super into birds.
Just a weird bird guy.
I'm going to go with a 5 because I find that lists that have a high amount of movement give you a lot of freedom to make mistakes, and I enjoy that.
Freedom. Yeah,
they just look like fun, don't they? You can pick the fights because you can charge really far. You can fly over things. They're probably the freest moving army, right? You got the most models with flying models.
Rates on
we're
wing
not counting Cobain here.
Yeah, Wraiths on Wings, Dragons would be the
I don't
only-
think Race on Wings are very good.
Well, no,
would
but as
be the
in,
only-
if you want free move, if you want to move around, like you've got might and things to give you the move offs and things like that.
I suppose.
Dragons are
them, they're very good.
pretty movable too.
Yeah, but
That is what they say.
Lovely.
Eagles has already scored higher than Army of Gundabad, by the way.
Good. That's how it should be. Hobby Opportunity, OT.
It's not great, is it? Because it's just birds. And unless you're really into that, it's probably not that good.
Which you are, to be fair.
Yeah, fucking love. Anyway, it's not on Pelennor, which helps.
It could be. They can fly anywhere.
Gates of Minas Tirith on my basis. You could do some cool stuff. Sebastian's done some amazing stuff with Eagle bases, but then that's not fair because that's Sebastian. Because I'm biased, I'm going to go 3, but it's actually a 2.
Wow. Because obviously we are rating the basing. It does actually have good hobby opportunity when it comes to basing, because I think, there's multiple places they appear. You could do something cool with the fire with Thorin's company from the trees. You could do something with the Battle of 5 Armies. You could do snow. You can do them at the end picking Frodo up from Mount Doom. Unfortunately, though, you are just painting a fucking bird. I guess you can paint them as different kinds of eagle, but for me, unfortunately, at Hobby, this is where the list falls down. I'm only going to give it a 1.
That's fair.
What the fuck? You just finished all the cool things you could do with a base.
Yeah,
but
but
it's not just about the base; it's also about the model.
Yeah, I think the wider meta point is that when I'm talking about basing, I'm mocking you.
Right, I see.
For talking about basing for so fucking long with Pelennor.
Hobby Opportunity. Yeah, I mean they are just one model, really, aren't they?
Well,
Opportunity.
You can pay triple the cost to get the same model made of a shitter material. To be fair, if you want,
which we recommend.
Wow, he's putting more thought into this than he did Pelennor.
Pellennor's just so obvious.
I'll give it a 3.
Everyone hates that.
A 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, he is just rage baiting.
Rage bait. He's clip farming. He's clip farming.
The bases.
This is going to go on the short section.
He's ranked this as a fucking Riders of Theoden. What the fuck? You literally.
But Riders of Theoden is just fucking Rohan dudes on horses.
This is literally the same bird. Copy and pasted. Fine, yes. Value, OT.
Not terrible. If you get the plastic eagles, I'm trying to think how much would that
on eBay now.
How much would that be?
Plastic eagles are decent. They're like £36 for 2, are they still?
Wayland have got them for 28, free of charge on delivery.
Lovely. So with a discount, 28. That's pretty good. Does anyone actually buy Gwai here from
people who are super into painting in the hobby? Probably. Everyone else, probably not.
Just buy an eagle.
I will give it 3.
Wow. Let's see. It's probably the best value one we've done so far, isn't it?
Maybe a 3 or a 4. Actually, it might be 4.
It might be a 4. I mean, it can't be 5. There's 3 lists in the game that will be 5 because they're just one box and you're done. Is it a 4? It might genuinely be a 4. Because you could build a list for under 100 quid.
Yeah.
And probably not actually have to buy anything really, unless you are going to buy World's Gwai here. I'm going to go 4 for value.
Love it.
Meh.
I'll go 3 because it's the same bird copy and pasted over and over again.
That's not value.
That's not value. That value's like how affordable.
It's not value, though, is it?
Not value, though. Not value.
Think about it.
You're paying for the same thing over and over again. That's
nobody would do that.
What?
Says Goblin Town and Urukai Scouts.
Yeah, at least they've got different poses. Jeez.
The Eagles have different poses.
Do have different poses.
you can change the pose. They're literally flexible.
That wasn't a brilliant argument.
So you're going with what, a 3?
Yeah.
Right. Sure. Yeah. Interesting play style.
5.
Wow. Do you want to explain?
I found it very interesting when I played them.
I didn't find it very fun.
Yeah, I did find it fun. I gave it 5.
He did give it good for fun.
Yeah. I like this army. I just don't like the game they're in. It's fun because whenever you have an eagle and it's not tied down in combat, you just have so many options for crazy stuff you can do, and you can set up brutal power attacks. You can set up combats with Gwai here. I like that the Screech is more balanced now. I think it's just like a quite high risk, high reward army, and I like that.
Wow. Just to be clear, viewer, OT does still think MESBG is fun, just not in a like very competitive manner.
Indeed.
I'm gonna say for interesting play, the only thing I think preventing me from ranking that, I think that although it's fun moving all the birds around, only one hero. I kind of I would want more hero play.
Did you just burp?
I did, yes. Sorry. I just had like a little bit of kind of indigestion that just kind of bubbles up. I'm getting into that kind of stage of life where, as an old man, I just can't control these things anymore. They just happen, unfortunately.
Okay.
What did I rank this?
4.
4. Did I actually say that?
No, but you're going there.
Yeah, I think I was. 4. Meh.
I'm gonna give it a 3 because it's just the same bird model over and over again. No, I'm gonna give it a 4.
I like how this incredibly flawed system is being further ruined by us not taking it seriously.
You can't change your score. We established after the first episode where people kept changing like 5 times. Okay. You say a number and you have to stick with it.
Okay, what did I say?
3.
Okay, I'll stick with 3 then.
You think this is less interesting than Battle of 5 Armies, which is probably actually fair. Actually. Kind of think that I might agree with that take. Would you ever be tempted to play if you could be asked, bothered, even if you don't like MESBG anymore? OT?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case. I'm going to say yes too. Hot take.
Oh my god, it's happened!
It's the first yes I've given. Mayor?
Yeah, of course. I want to say no, but I would if I.
But he just
loves
them birds too much. OT, would you go to the pub with Gwai here?
Just for the experience. Like, I don't really know what it would involve, but I'm there for it.
Yeah, I actually agree, because in the books the Eagles are like very like, they're actually quite chill, aren't they? It's like in the films they don't talk, but in the books they like chat. They say smart things. I'd go to the pub with Gwai here. They're very wise. Mayor, would you go to the pub with Gwai here?
I'm not sure he'd fit, to be honest.
We're imagining it's a bird-sized pub.
Well, then how's he fitting inside?
No, it's outside. It's in the garden.
He's in the beer garden.
Yeah, I'd go to a beer garden with Gwai here.
Okay.
Good to be
It's
specific.
good. It's good to be specific. OT, would you go to the pub with a person what plays this list?
I would, yes.
Well, there you go. Post FAQ, I would.
Yes.
Pre FAQ, I wouldn't have.
Maybe.
Very valid.
Yeah. And Mayor.
Sure. Why not? As long as I
Love
just
it.
beat them in a game.
Interesting.
Lovely. So at the end of all of that, they have ended up with a score of 72.
Jesus.
Making them by far the best list that we have reviewed in the very arbitrary categories that we have created, which I don't know how successfully they create a final score, but it has gone with 72. Has your system for making numbers coloured gone wrong because of that score?
No, I just fixed it.
72 is now red, though.
Oh, sorry, I'll put it to green.
Yeah. I'm not a big red high up person. I'm more of a green good. I'm a smooth brain green good kind of guy.
Green equals good.
Green equals good.
Everyone was thinking it, to be fair, but it's
it's good to say it though, isn't it?
Yeah, get it out there.
Yeah, exactly. Next up, congratulations to Eagle. I'm not sure that score will actually be possible to beat with our incredibly fucked systems. They might be officially the best list according to the Hobby Breakfast Show. We've now got the Dragons of the North. Just to mix things up, Mayor is going to go first, then me, then OT. But first, as is tradition, OT is going to tell us about the Dragons of the North.
Yeah. Additional rules. A Dragons of the North army must always contain a dragon as the army's general.
Smart.
There you go. Fun. Little fun fact sprinkled in.
Makes sense. Head tap.
Special the Dragon's Horde. Each time a friendly model slays an enemy model in combat, they may roll a d6. On a natural 6, absolutely love that. Just
love that.
Fantastic rules design. They have located some gold on the body of the fallen and claimed it for themselves. Keep a note of how much gold each model claims in this way. Friendly models gain the following benefits depending on how much gold they have collected. The benefits are cumulative. 1 gold, they may reroll a single to wound roll when making strikes. 2 to 3 gold, may reroll a single d6 during a dual roll. 4 to 5 gold, they gain the fearless special rule. 6+ gold, at the end of the game, their controlling player will gain an additional victory point. Can never take the army's total above 20. Beast of Legend. The dragon that is your general may select up to 3 options rather than the usual 2. Supreme Jealousy. Each dragon in your army must have a different combination of options. Dragons that have no options do not count for the purpose of this rule.
And what are those options? Just to very quick take through, because I feel like it is important to actually.
So Breathe Fire. It's a bow with a range of 12 inches. If the shot hits, then the model it hits suffers a strength 10 hit, and if they suffer a wound, they instantly die. All models, friend or foe, within 2 inches are immediately set ablaze, although they're not automatically slain if wounded. That was changed in the FAQ.
Yes.
Next one is Fly. You can fly. Superior Intellect. Dragons automatically pass any intelligence tests they're required to make. Additionally, each time the dragon spends a might point, roll a d6. On a 4+, the might point is free and does not reduce the dragon's store of might. Next one is Tough Hide. Dragon increases its wounds and defense to 9 each. Final one is Worm Magic. They get a free point of will each turn, and they can compel on a 3+, transfix on a 3+, and foil magic on a 4+.
There we go.
And
you can take a Cave Drake, who boring, but sure. And also, I think importantly to note, just one of the basic dragon rules is that when they take a wound, you have to do the courage test thing to see whether they run away. So, yes. Let's rank them. So, we'll start with Mayor. So, Mayor, do you like the theme of the Dragons of the North?
So, it's worth me caveating this with I have played against dragons 3 times.
And he loved it.
I beat them twice, unbelievably. One of them was a 1v1v1 where we ganged up on the dragons.
Did you just bring this up so that you could brag about the fact that you've defeated dragons?
No, because I don't want it to sound like I hate them because I've lost against them.
I see.
But I do think that they are the most horrible list to play against. Because
this isn't how much you enjoyed them. Remember, this is
most lists you can't do anything against them.
Do you think it's a good theme?
I mean, based on what, right? Based on the books, basically.
Do you think that this is a good premise for an army in Middle Earth?
I mean, I guess it would depend on if you're okay with them making a list of that doesn't appear in any of the movies and doesn't really appear in the books, to be honest.
That is literally what we're asking. Yes.
So, I mean, it doesn't have a reason to exist other than they have a dragon model, and we're probably thinking, where do we put this? Let's just make an insanely oppressive list that. Anyway, 0 doesn't need to exist.
It's the big 0.
I like that it exists, but I don't think it should exist.
Wow. I'm going to go for 1. I kind of agree with more or less what Matt's saying, but I do think that I'll give it a 1 just because I think that there is some thematic kind of sense behind it. The main issue for me is I don't really think this where multiple dragons are working together is that thematic. It does happen in the first and second age, but those dragons are kind of a little bit different to the dragons later. And obviously, since Smaug was introduced, I feel like the dragon model has kind of been a weird afterthought that's just sort of there. So yeah, I don't personally think that the theme is a good one. OT.
1.
The big 1. Are you going to explain, or are you just going to say?
I agree with the above. I think I was verging on a 2 because I can understand why people who like dragons want a way to run an army that just has dragons in, but I'm not one of those people.
I feel like just before we move on, I feel like if it wasn't that dragons were quite solitary creatures, then you'd rank this exactly the same as the eagles, wouldn't you? But because they are, it doesn't.
If they had some kind of rule that they couldn't work together, I suppose they have. There's a little bit.
They do have that, don't they? Yeah. Supreme jealousy, but the supreme jealousy is not a huge.
That's more like they were. It's more like they made the list and they were like, this doesn't really make sense, guys. Why are they doing this? Oh yeah, let's just make a rule where we acknowledge that this doesn't make sense.
No, that rule's to stop you working out what the optimum combination is and then just spamming that dragon.
Yeah.
That's what that rule's there to do. Do we think that the rules are reflecting the theme well? Mayor.
The theme doesn't exist, so it's quite hard to say.
Do you think that the rules reflect a dragon army well? Don't worry about whether you like the theme. Just does it reflect?
I think it does a decent job. I don't like because we're including the kind of dragon rules in this, right? You can take more than one. So just to clarify, you can't take the same dragon twice, right?
No.
If you give one dragon breathe fire and fly, you can't take another dragon that breathe fire and fly.
But you can take one breathe fire and something else.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. I think you should have to only ever take any of them once, regardless of combination. I think that would give more variety, it'd make it more interesting. I think overall,
I think you would then only ever be able to have 2. The leader has 3, and then the other dragon would have 2.
Does it say 3 or up to 3?
Well, yeah, up to, but I think that
there's your answer.
Right.
If you want to take more than 2 dragons, then they have to get worse. I think if you've got more than 2 dragons, then that's up to you.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. Maybe if they give you more options that are sort of shitter, then that'd be fine. But I think as it is, it's very abusable, and unfortunately, it shouldn't exist. So I'm going to give it a 2.
I feel like maybe, given that they all have wings, you should be allowed to like fly in combination. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah,
I can see where you're coming from.
I do think they reflect fairly well, but I just don't really like it.
Okay, sure. Although I don't like the theme, I do think do reflect a lot of the dragon lore from Middle-earth quite well. You've got like the gold thing. You've got like the different kinds of dragon, different things that's going on. So I actually think I'd rank this a 4 for rules to theme. OT
2.
He's gone with a 2. Lovely. Do you want to explain, or are we just going to move on?
No rules should be based around rolling a natural 6 on a dice. Otherwise, it would be a 3. But anything that's based around rolling a natural 6 on a dice is stupid. So it's
right. I'm not sure I agree with that. I get why you don't like the variants, but that you're just saying that something happens like roughly 12% of the time, right? Or like whatever the percent is. What is it, mass nerd?
As we know.
Sorry,
OT. What is a 1 in 6 chance?
16.666.
But surely, just to like run with your argument there, that's like saying that no rule should only ever happen on a 2+ because it only happens 84% of the time. Like some things should only happen 16% of the time, right?
Yeah.
So what's
then
wrong
you shouldn't make a rule that can be as impactful as this can that only works on a 6.
Yeah.
I'm in the P-flat school of variants.
Okay, I kind of see where you're coming from, because the rule, obviously, if you get 6+ golds with the extra victory point, can be, a bit odd there. But then also,
my issue here is that unless you are killing, I suppose you can kill like a large enough number that maybe the variance drops.
Yeah.
But because it's sort of,
I don't think you're killing that many dudes.
Well, it depends. I guess it depends on the army you're facing. I don't know about the MESBG meta. I don't care. But if you if you roll a 6 on your first one, you are then more likely to have more opportunities to roll a 6 in the future. And I don't think that's good game design.
Sure, whatever.
Weird. He's a wargamer that doesn't like rolling 6s.
He doesn't like rolling dice.
Really weird.
He wants.
Well, no, I like rolling dice, but I like rolling dice when there is a control for things out of your control. And this
he likes rolling. He likes rolling 100 dice so that there's no variant.
Yeah.
Yes, essentially, yes, because I think that's healthier for one's sort of mental health in the long run.
But surely at that point, you might as well.
Why are you rolling dice at all?
You might as well just have like a percentage written on a piece of paper and just say this happens this much.
Yeah.
As in, you should be able to take mitigating actions for if that doesn't work, which you can't do in this case because it's just rolling a natural 6.
Sure.
Okay.
Mayor, do you think this looks fun to play?
Let's move on. My argument is valid.
No.
Hang on.
Don't let him on me. I'm correct.
Ignore him.
Hang on. What was the question? Does it look fun to play?
Eyeball fun.
I forgot what list we're fucking talking about after all
the
this.
Dragons of the North.
Right. Annoyingly, it does look fun to play because it's so oppressive.
He's such a power gamer, honestly.
I think.
I would love to oppress my opponent.
I'd enjoy playing it for one game against an opponent.
I love rolling natural 6s with my dice.
And I'd need to take like 10 showers afterwards to cleanse myself.
Okay.
So I'm going to give it a 3.
Giving it a 3 and 10 showers.
There's not many models to control which is a blessing and a curse.
The problem with this list is, if this list was shit, I would think this is really fun to play. The only thing that actually puts me off is knowing that it's a sweaty list that makes my opponent miserable.
You can just play it badly.
True, I could just play it badly. But actually,
I'm not sure that's possible.
I feel like the idea of just...
It definitely is. You could definitely play this list badly.
You're right.
You could take just stupid upgrades on the dragons, or you could just, deliberately...
Take the intelligence test once.
Not try and win. I actually think that's a good upgrade.
Oh, I'm not sure. You get an extra might and a half.
Might and a half, and remember, intelligence tests are for the hurls. So it's actually useful on a monster.
I mean, you're saying remember like I knew that in the first place. So
well,
you can rate it 5 if you want to. I won't judge you.
No, it wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be that high. I think if it wasn't oppressive, it would be the same as the Eagles. But because it is, I'm gonna rank it as just a 3.
5.
Let's go for the big 5. And I am judging you.
It just bounces off at this point.
Explain why, despite your hatred of rolling 6s, you would have fun playing this list.
Well,
because list, you've basically only got to roll.
It's fun for the same reason. Moving on.
Got him.
It's fun for the same reasons that Eagles are fun, except you can take upgrades to shape the dragons to be what you want. You have access to more might. I think it would be really fun.
Yeah, fair. Hobby opportunity. Meh.
Moving on.
I mean, they're dragons, so like.
He's so salty this evening.
Moving on when you knew I was right.
As you know, I play Blood Bowl, so I think that having random shit happen is fun. So
it's okay. Like, people can have opinions that are incorrect, and that's fine. But it's important they know.
Okay, thank you. There.
I mean, I gave my answer, but I'm not sure you're listening.
No, sorry, OT was irking me.
I'm giving it a 5.
Wow. Why is this?
There's so many. There's
there only one dragon?
So many bases.
There's so many dragon miniatures out there in the world. That...
Whoa!
That is fucking outrageous.
You can't rank Eagles shit because, in your opinion, there's no different poses where the kit has multiple poses. And then say, I can just go and buy other dragons. You could go and buy other Eagles. This is like saying that...
Eagle models.
Yes, there fucking are. You can literally get them from Warhammer Fantasy. There's loads of Eagles. Go on Etsy right now.
They're not exciting,
Etsy right now, and
you don't
Google
get the same sort of
variants. They're ultimately just birds when you really break it down.
Just birds.
Dragons are just really fat lizards when you break it down. I'm not.
Yeah, but I'd rather have a fat lizard than a bird.
I'm with Mare on this one. Mare's right.
You're not allowed. You're not allowed to change your score, but that is an outrage.
I'm not. I don't. It's absolutely a 5.
It's the most bullshit.
I almost forgave some of the people for taking dragons because they had such fantastic miniatures. Pretty much no one I've actually played against had the proper dragon model. They all had something that was wacky or cool, and I applaud them for it.
Travesty.
I'm tempted to rank this as 0 just out of spite to Bear for that score, just to balance it out. Yeah, exactly. Just get the average down. However, I will rank it in good faith. I would say that this is above average. I think the lack of posing though means it's 3, but because you don't need that many, it's not disastrous. So 3. OT
3.
He's gone with a 3.
Only got one of those, but you can chuck a rock on the base and make it do something cool.
That is good basing.
Rocks.
Mare.
How much do these actually cost?
£51.
Jesus Christ.
But they're like 250 points to 300 points, so That's actually quite good.
They're £54.50, by the way.
Okay.
You need at least 2. And then a cave drake is the same. You're probably getting one of them. I would say you're probably getting 4 of these. Realistically, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean it's honestly not awful. It's not great, but it's not awful. So I would give it a 2.
Okay, over £200 sounds pretty awful to me.
Yeah, but then I'm thinking about third-party minis as well.
Bases.
I guess it is technically cheaper than like Army of Gunbad.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 1.
I will also give it a 1.
Interesting to play Mare.
Interesting to play. I mean, it's not going to be. It is and it isn't a forgiving. I was thinking, well, you've not got that many miniatures. If you fuck up, because you've not got that many things to actually do in your turn, if you fuck up, then it's going to have a big impact because you've not got many models for it to be forgiving. But also, dragons are hard as nails and hard to kill, and basically play themselves. So, like, I don't know if that is true. So I'm just going to go in the middle and go 3, because
Do they play themselves?
not really. I just wanted to say that.
Okay, wow. He's just taking a dig at those smooth-brained dragon players.
I think they're more interesting than not interesting, so I'll go 3.
Okay, he's going.
They got some quirky rules.
3. Fair. I think they're really interesting to play. I'm going to give them a 5.
I think they're very interesting to play. I will give it a 5.
Good. Moving on. Meh. Would you ever be tempted to play if you could be bothered, even if you don't like Middle-earth SBG?
Yeah, for one game, and then I'd feel terrible. But yeah, I'd play them for a game.
I think the only thing preventing me from playing this, other than the fact that I don't really play Middle-earth competitively, to warrant spending £200 on horrible dragons that I'd have to then build and paint. That is basically the only thing that would put me off. So if somebody gave me this list, then yeah, I would want to try it out. So I'm going to give it a yes as well.
This is someone giving me the list.
I think we're assuming would you ever be tempted to play just means that yeah, if you had the option to play it.
Yes, then I would absolutely give this a go.
Okay. Mare, would you go to the pub with
No.
the dragon? I guess. Mare's not.
No, I don't think that would be wise.
I think I would.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think same reason as Guai here. I think sitting down with a dragon.
Not think he might, fancy you as a snack.
Eat you.
I'm assuming that if we're going to the pub, I am safe eaten. I feel like
that's a safe assumption.
I feel like if you're on a level with someone,
if Azog invited me to the pub, I wouldn't think it was because he wanted me to have a drink with him.
Right. Okay.
Maybe we just differ in that respect.
Yeah. I mean, sure. You did say you'd go to the pub with Gothmog 2 episodes.
He's an absolute mad lad.
Oh right, okay, sorry, I forgot that.
Not the first word that comes to mind when I think of Gothmog.
OT, would you go to the pub?
What is the first word that comes to mind?
No, OT's going no.
Handsome.
Mare, would you go
Handsome.
to the? Would you go to the pub with the person what plays this list?
No.
Fucking smooth brain nerds.
I wouldn't go to the pub with Dragons play.
I wouldn't either.
There we go.
Oh look, it's another fucking 54.
Wow, it's the exact average. Hooray! Dragons of the North are average. They're no eagles.
nothing else
Lovely.
to go.
Nothing else is ever going to reach the heights of
And
a
it's
soaring eagle.
Onod going first on Fangorn. Love that.
Do you like how I have deliberately engineered this into a situation? It's Fangorn. Yay. OT, as is tradition, would you like to take us through?
I think my prediction is this is going to be the highest.
Well, there might be some bias involved.
This isn't the best. Additional rules. A Fangorn army must always contain Treebeard, who is the army's general. Don't be hasty. Friendly Ent models are completely unaffected by any magical powers that attempt to move them or prevent them from activating or moving. One with the Forest. Friendly Ent models are completely unaffected by the cool winds, Nature's Wrath, Wrath of Bruin, and Writhing Vines magical powers. Beech, Oak, Chestnut, Ash, many have come. You can basically pick different types to make your basic Ent warriors. So Beech, they can reroll to wound rolls of natural 1 when making strikes. Oak, they can go up to 4 wounds. Chestnut, they get the Mighty Blow special rule. Ash, they can throw stones even if they've moved and then get a shoot value of 3, which seems pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Then your options are Treebeard, who just does it all, is the absolute main character. You can have Merry and Pippin on his back. And then you have 2 named characters, Beechbone, who is pretty punchy but doesn't have any fate, and Birchseed, who is less punchy but has some fate.
Which one is the one that if your opponent calls a move, then you get one for free, or
Birchseed.
whichever way around it is? Right. So from what I can tell, people always take him, and obviously
Free hero move.
they take Merry and Pippin with Treebeard, because if you have
5
models with the 2, then you need to kill Treebeard to break them.
Yeah.
It's the perfect 450 point army.
Yeah. Very good.
People love it.
Lovely. So I'm going first, and then what's the order afterwards? OT, then Mare. For theme, I'm ranking Fangorn at 5. Shock. Why? It's fantastic. They are the best race of Middle Earth. You get Merry and Pippin, which is fun, so that you can do the last march of the Ents. It is one of the best scenes in the books and movies, even though they're slightly different. They're good for different reasons. It's amazing. No more questions.
Yeah, no, it's fair. It's fair.
OT.
Yeah, it's a 5, isn't it? It's just very, very cool. The other 5s I've given are Rides of Theoden and Eagles. I think this is better than both of those. This might actually be the best theme in the game.
Wow. Mare.
I think it's a 5. I've played against it 3 times and lost every game, but I enjoyed all of them.
There we go. Rules to theme. 5. Great rules to theme, in my opinion. The stuff which limits magical powers, which they had last edition, really nice in terms of keeping that kind of feeling of them being like these immense creatures who have kind of power over like nature and stuff. I really like the addition of the different tree types. I think they're quite nice in terms of they didn't really overpower them, and the fact that you have to have one of every type before you repeat means that in reality you can't have 2 of each tree because you'd have to play at such high points. So you can't spam the tree who can move and shoot. That is your special ash tree. He's unique, basically. And then the heroes are really, really great and fun. Having Merry and Pippin is really fun on Treebeard and that sort of stuff. And I think that their brutal power attack is really nice with the bludgeon, where they pick up the people and then smack the other people. Great fun. I don't know how good it is, but it is fun to do when it works. 5, yes. OT.
I'm going to give it a 4. It's extremely good. I would just like if there was some kind of enrage or wrath ability that Treebeard and maybe some of the Ents had if they were wounded. But apart from that, I think it's very cool.
I'm also going to give it a 4. I'd like a way for it to move a little bit faster. I know that Treebeard has March, but there's no way you're going to be spending his might doing that. So I might have just liked to see maybe an extra Ent type that can do, not that doesn't just move faster, but which maybe it can call a free march once per game or something.
Would it be thematic for the Ents to have a rule that makes them move faster?
I think for their, you make a good point. Perhaps not. Maybe something to do with them charging then.
I think some kind of enrage
charge,
ability is the only thing they're missing, but apart from that, it's perfect.
Yeah. Do they have like Hatred Orc or something?
I think one of them like has to charge and gets bonuses against orcs. That might be Beachbone.
They don't have Hatred Orcs, I don't think, or anything like that.
Beachbone rerolls wounds against orcs, urukai, and goblins, and must always charge them if it's possible.
I'd quite like them all to have that. But I mean, I am nitpicking. It is very good, but I'm still
5.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
Pre-fill these fucking scores, eh? I personally don't think I would have that much fun with this list. I think the thing I value about Eagles and Dragons of the North is the fly and having the flexibility around that, like all the options it gives you, whereas this is a bit more kind of like stand and pummel, which is still cool, and you still have options with like your brutal power attacks, and even like the throw stones from Merry Pippin is really fun. So it is good. It's definitely above average. Is it a 3 or a 4? I think it's a 3 just because I don't quite think it would hit the spot for me necessarily.
That's fair. I'm going to give it a 4 because I think movement is really important so that you don't feel limited by the slowness of an army, especially when you've got so few models. And so I think that's the only thing that would limit the fun.
It is a bit sad that Quick Beam, the move 8, got changed because he was quite fun. He that kind of little zippy.
Maybe one of the basic Ents should have an option to have an 8-inch move.
Yeah, did Mayor mention that as an idea? But yeah, I think that one of the Beech, Oak, Chestnut, Ash having a 8-inch mover would have been an interesting thing to do on the Warrior Ents. Hobby opportunity. 5.
Jesus fucking Christ.
The outrageous bias. No, but I am actually going to back this up with legitimate reasons.
Straight up lies.
You can paint them all as different trees, and you're actively encouraged to. Big models have lots of detailing, so therefore they're really good fun to do there. Ents do have loads of stuff on them, like the GW Ent model are really detailed, the heroes, and the reality is that you are mostly going to be using the hero models because only at big points do you actually need to bring your troops. Treebeard with Merry and Pippin on top is great. He also has different optional builds. You've got obviously with the new Ents guy, he's got some fun little details on with his basing. He does have the tactical rock thing where he's like standing on a rock because that's how Games Workshop makes all their models, I guess. But yeah, he's really good. And then who used to be Quick Beam, he's a really nice model as well. So yeah, I think they are really good. You get lots of painting options, but they still tie together thematically. And you can do fun basing there, and that is a core part of the hobby opportunity. OT.
I'm going to go for a 3. I think it doesn't set my world on fire, just having lots of different types of trees and wood.
Fair. Yeah, I think if you're not into the tree theme, then it's probably not quite so fun.
Birds on the other hand.
Birds on the other hand. If you're into the bird theme, I have the list for you. Mayor.
It's very high. I think by my own reasoning,
I
I've
wouldn't
give it a
think
5.
too deep about your reasoning. Just be a little bit careful.
I think it's a 5 because
It's got that
It's a
basic, man.
right.
basic. No, I mean you could literally make these out of like fucking pipe cleaners. You know, you could like the tree is just so.
It's an interesting reason to have them as a good hobby opportunity.
I just think there's a lot. There's a lot you could
Out
do.
of pipe cleaners.
There's a lot you could do.
Sure. Value.
Don't.
I'm not
Don't
going to be out. I'm not going to be outrageously biased on the value. The reality is you are going to have to drop
many monies
to play the Ents. You're basically looking at 150 quid to pay them up to 600 points. And then you're probably looking at about 200 quid to play them above that. If you're a sucker like me who's already done the investment, then you don't have to anymore, I guess.
That's not a thing. We're not.
That's
not
that's
if you
not a
already
thing,
own the
no.
army, it gets cheaper. That's
to be honest, because I just don't play Middle Earth that much at the moment. I haven't actually bought Beachbone yet because I just can't justify dropping almost 70 quid on a model that I'm rarely going to use. I think it is better than Dragons of the North because you're at least getting different poses. But I will actually be reasonable and just give it the 2.
I think this is a 1. It's not a 0, but I think it's really bad. You're paying 30 quid for the basic Ent, 60 for Beachbone, 65 for Birchseed, and 50 for Treebeard.
Treebeard you can get from Wayland. Top tip.
I think it's a 3 because you could make it out of these.
I'm not sure that's how the value. I feel like we've slightly to use an appropriate phrase. We're not quite seeing, through the wood for the trees, or is it the other way around? The trees for the wood, or something. I think the value has to be about the actual models. I don't think you can just say I'll pay that guy from Russia to make me a knockoff fiver, because then all of them would be value 5 if we just say, well, I could make them pipe cleaners.
But you can't make all of them out pipe cleaners.
Value is about the Games Workshop models. That is the rule.
Why are you so mad that I'm inflating the Ents?
I'm happy for you to inflate the Ents. I'm just annoyed about how.
Well, I'll accept it in some other way to yourself.
I'll accept the scoring because we might get the Ents to Eagle levels of. I'm very excited. Interesting play 5. They are actually really interesting to play.
They're not a 5 though.
I'm not sure they're that interesting.
They're not.
They are.
They're not a 5. They're just a bunch of big monsters who move up in a non-interesting manner.
Neither of you has played Ents and experienced the sheer joy of popping Merry and Pippin off the Ents to do some bullshit and then them jumping back on Treebeard. They're so fun and interesting, okay? You've got the throw stones,
I think your mask slipped a little bit there because
No. Shush. that would have been carefully edited. They are really interesting. Unlike the other monster lists, they actually have different heroes that do different things. I like all hero lists. I do actually think they're quite interesting. Yes, there's a little bit of bias because I really like Ents, and if they weren't Ents, maybe I would have ranked them a 4. But I like Ents, so they're a 5. You got to rank Eagles as a 5 OT. Don't take this from me.
It turns out I was correct because you guys also ranked them very highly as well.
Well, shush. OT, what are you going to rank?
0.
No.
They're actually a 3, but if you guys aren't going to rank them properly, I'm not going to rank them properly.
I gave them a 2 for value.
Absolutely.
I've been
If
completely
Bear mentions pipe
fair.
cleaners once more, I put all my scores as 0.
I've been completely fair. Come on now. I can't believe that you fucking ran. It's such bullshit. I specifically didn't do this to the fucking Eagles and Dragons.
I touched Eagles. If you wanted to dunk on them, I'm absolutely fine with it. I just think we need some fucking integrity in this system.
There is integrity. I gave them a 2 for value. Don't create.
You gave them 5s in fun and interesting play, which I refuse to allow.
Don't create a precedent for doing this, because all of the scores will end up being the same if you do this. Because if I disagree with you, start bombing the scores or dramatically increasing them, and everything will just end up in the middle, which was exactly what we were trying to avoid.
Well, I can't change my score now.
No, you can't change your score, but just know that I am slightly annoyed.
Disappointed.
Well, also, I'm not that attached to any of the armies, so if you do want to bomb them, absolutely go for it.
I hate his apathy. It's the one thing that you can't fucking deal with.
You can't defeat someone who doesn't care.
Mayor, you should give them a 5 to challenge OT's bullshit.
I was actually going to give it a 5 to counteract that. So
good, yeah. I know that you were probably going to give it like a 3, but
yeah, I was.
Yeah,
but I'm going to give it a 5 because
it's
really interesting. That's what everyone tells me.
Yeah, fuck you, OT. Would you ever be blah blah blah? Yes, I do have Ents and have played them and would again. OT, I know you're going to say no because you hate me.
No, I wouldn't want to play this army. Even if it, I don't like it.
He's still scarred by that time that we did Ents versus Dwarves.
I do remember that being fun and interesting, to be fair. That was definitely my takeaway from that game.
It's amazing after that you actually then played MESBG for a number of years, because normally if you hate your first experience of a game, you just never play it again.
I was quite resilient in that regard.
Yeah. Mayor.
Sorry, I was just gone because the cat was doing things. What's happening?
Would you ever be tempted to play this list?
I would.
Lovely. Would you go to the pub with Treebeard? Absolutely, 100%. The top choice of any character from Middle Earth that I would want to go to the pub with would be Treebeard.
Really?
Yes, 100%. He's so cool. No, he's so cool.
I think you'd get a bit fed up of him after about 15 minutes because he speaks so slowly.
No, hard disagree. As an incredibly boring person myself, I think
you speak quickly.
Yeah, but that's why it would work, because I'd fill in the gaps.
Right. Do you talk to many people?
No. OT, I talk to trees, though.
I would go to the pub with Treebeard.
Good. And finally, integrity is restored. Mayor.
Yeah, that's what this section's been all about.
You're just salty that they're going to outscore the Eagles.
I'm not salty. I just think it'll be interesting when we further down the line when I get critiqued for my integrity and I can reference this one.
Yeah, well. Would you go to the person, a pub with the person what plays
with the pub?
I would do that as well. Yes, I would go to the pub with myself. OT's going to say no now because he wouldn't go to the pub with me.
I think I probably would. I think this tends to attract the type of person that I would consider agreeable.
Losers like me. Yeah. And Mayor.
Smooth brains.
Yes, I would.
Smooth brains. That's why it's so interesting to me. Jeez, my smooth brain. And Fangorn have achieved an impressive 77. You love to see it. Out of the possible 33, I have scored them 30.
Oh, wow.
Nothing wrong with that. I actually think there's a list that I
Mayor's scored them 29. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Well, I have to counteract your bullshit.
My bullshit was completely valid.
I actually think that there might be a list that I will score higher than Fangorn, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think
Wraiths on
Fangorn's
Wings.
gonna.
Is it going to be
Gonna be
Bywater?
one. It is going to be Wraiths on Wings. How did you guess?
It'll be Road to Rivendell.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
The final list today is the 3 Trolls. OT, don't read all of the 3 Trolls special rules, but do give us a taster, because otherwise we will be here for another hour.
We've already been here for nearly 2.
Exactly.
Okay. The 3 Trolls must always include Bill, Bert, and Tom. Bill is always the army's general. Interesting. So you can't run them. I guess it's the 3 Trolls. So it's not just the Trolls. That makes sense.
You can't run them under 400 points, yeah.
Very interesting. They're always in the same warband with Bill as the captain. Actual special rules. Campfire. So after both armies are deployed, you place the campfire anywhere on the battlefield outside your opponent's deployment zone. The campfire is on an 80mm base. That's pretty big. Must be placed flat on the battlefield. Friendly troll models treat the campfire as a banner with a range of 6 inches and get the resistant to magic special rule and +1 to any courage test within 6 inches of it. A troll's horde. Army. The 3 Trolls army works in an unusual way in that they're allowed to purchase additional special rules. Each of the special rule listed on Bill can purchase 50 points, and then they all get it. So some of the special rules, if you take full bellies, they all get 3 might, 3 will, 3 fate. On Stone Troll Endurance, you get a 6-up save.
Don't read all of them.
I'm just picking the best ones.
Okay.
Bowl them over. They can use their stones as throwing weapons. That's really fun.
That is fun.
They can re-roll dice on hurl power attack. And that's mine. I'm not going to read that one, it's too long. Kitchen utensils. Bill, Bert, and Tom may re-roll to wound rolls of natural 1 when making strikes. And Cover of Darkness, you can choose if it's nighttime. And if you do that, they get the Cave Dweller special rule, among others.
Yes. I believe that this you can get them up to 1,000 points, is it? With all of the
Let me click all the thingies.
I believe
click all the things.
Yes, you can get them to 1,000.
Which is kind of insane for a 3 model army.
Yeah, they would be pretty crazy at 1,000. I don't think they would be good, by the way. I think there would just be a lot going on.
No, I don't think that they are good even with all of these rules. I'm sure against certain matchups they would do okay. Let's go OT me, just because that's a combination we haven't done yet. Starting with theme then. OT, do you like the theme?
5.
It
happens in the books and the films, and I think this is a cool way of recreating it, and I think it deserves to be a thing.
Lovely. Meh.
I agree. It's a clear 5 for me.
I agree. It's a clear 5 for me. And it's probably the best bit of the Hobbit movies. Well, I guess them in Bilbo's Hobbit Hole's quite fun.
That Ian McKellen does, where he's like, "Why Bilbo Baggins?" That's probably the best bit.
Not sure if I agree with that, but sure. Rules to theme.
5. Many special rules. Some of them cool, some of them less cool, but they come together, and it's pretty cool.
Cool. Matt?
I agree. It's another 5. There's just plenty of tasty mutton soup flavour.
I agree. Oh no!
Oh my god! It's going to be the secret.
It's the secret winner. Oh my god! They're the dark horse. Yeah. The thing is like if you're looking for rules that reflect a theme, it turns out. Yeah, it turns out giving an army like 12 different rules that reflect all of the possible things about them.
It's a real cheat code.
And then they also have really fun rules like the fact that one of them like sneezes on you, and they have like little rules to do with cooking people. And they have their campfire. Yeah, they're just really good. The eyeball fun test OT.
It's a 3 or a 4. I'm gonna go 4.
Lovely.
I think just because I think it has a similar issue to Ents for me in terms of like it's a monster army that doesn't have insane amounts of maneuverability, but I think there's just so many different weird combinations and different rules you could try that I think each game would feel quite different and fun. So I think it has that.
Very good. Mail.
Yeah, I think it's probably a 4. Mobility issues, like Oti said, but the rules make up for that. They're still monsters. They're very much like Fangorn in this respect, but I think they have more heroes that can do more stuff, so it's kind of made up for. Yeah.
Lovely. I think for the sake of integrity, I will make this a 5 because I think I would have just as much fun playing this as Fangorn.
You have played it.
I have played it last edition, and actually I think it was fun last edition, and you quite comprehensively beat me.
I did.
But it was fun just moving trolls around. Wasn't a great matchup for me, but yeah, there's just something really fun about moving the big 60mm pie plates around the board. Yes, hobby opportunity. OT.
It's not amazing. You could do fun stuff with like a display board with Thorin's Company and stuff like that, but maybe that's like a bit too fancy to consider here. The trolls are decent sculpts. I mean, at least there's 3 different ones. I think it's only just above average. I'm going to give it a 3.
Lovely. Yep.
You're probably right, but I'm going to be a bit more generous and give it a 4 because I think they're very characterful, and you could do a lot with that. You could do some fun conversions with the kits.
The only reason I'm not going to rank them really high is because I own the 3 trolls and I have built them. They do have, I think, some fun things like they have the cutlery that you can equip them with as optionals rather than clubs. You can do stuff with the campfire now. You've got the base, you've got that. I do agree with OT. I think this is one of the most achievable armies for a display board. And I think you can do really nice little display boards. But the actual trolls themselves aren't necessarily that, interesting to paint. So I am going to ding them for that. I think it will be a 3.
Fair enough.
Value. OT.
How much is it?
They are, I think, £50 or about that.
That's not bad. For up to 1,000 points.
They're £57.
And they're only available from GW, aren't they?
Yes.
1,000 points for 60 quid. That sounds like 5 to me.
I've got to agree with you. Yeah, between 0 and not between 0, but what is the lowest you could do with them?
400. Where you just take no upgrades.
Still is pretty good.
It's obviously 5.
Yeah, it's an easy 5. I think they're one of the 3 best value lists in the game.
Yeah.
In terms of
Fellowship and Breaking of the Fellowship?
I was going to say Thorin's Company, but
yeah.
spoilers for that. So yeah, 5. It's a 1 box and you're done list, and you could then play it at literally any points level that any standard MESBG game is played at.
Crazy.
You might not win, but you can play.
You can partake.
Are they interesting to play? OT.
Yes, I'll give it another 4. I think they have, again, it's the special rules. It's all different combinations you can make. I think in an era where like list building's maybe a little bit stale, there is the opportunity here, especially if you're approaching it from a more casual point of view to try out different stuff and wacky combos and things like that. So I think this could be quite interesting to play.
I would agree. There's a sort of deceptive amount of variance in the play, but I don't think it's as much as I'd personally like to find interesting. So I'm going to give it a 2.
Ooh.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that. I'm going to have to go 5. I think, again, this is the kind of army that I'm really drawn to. But it's a bit like the Ents, where you have all the kind of individual Ents getting rules and you've got special stuff, but you can, as OT was saying, you can kind of customize it. I think the limitation is that you're only ever going to have 3 models. But every single time you play, you can be trying out different rules. They play slightly differently. Sometimes they'll have more might, sometimes they'll have throwing weapons. So I actually think I would find this really interesting. So I'm gonna give it a 5. OT, would you ever be tempted to play this?
If somebody gave me this list, I would play it. Yes, so that's a 1.
You do know someone who owns this list.
It's true, but I don't play MESBG, so that's the barrier. But if I was to play a game of MESBG at your house, this would be one of the lists I would ask to borrow first.
Very good. Mare?
Yes, I would.
And I obviously would. And would you go to the pub with, is it Bert or Bill?
Bill.
Interesting.
No, I wouldn't. He doesn't seem like a good time. And he'd probably try and eat me.
Well, I think we established in the rules of the earlier rounds that you wouldn't get eaten by them if you were going to the pub.
But I would still have anxiety about it happening, even if you
told me. Mare, would you go to the pub with Bill?
I think I'd struggle to keep a conversation up with him, to be honest, so probably not.
It's valid.
Okay. As a smooth brain. Would I go to the pub with Bill the Troll? No.
He's trying to calculate what he needs to beat the Ents.
I think this is dumpstering the Ents, to be honest.
Yeah, it's already beaten the Ents. So yeah, there's no need to vote tactically. Because OT hasn't deliberately shat on it.
I genuinely don't think my interesting play from 3 down to 0 is going to make the difference, because it's already 7 ahead.
And given that Mare gave it a 5 instead of so yeah, this was always going to do with us ranking it well rather than just one of us ranking it well. I don't think I can justify going to the pub with Bill the Troll. He's deliberately written as like the most unpleasant possible person imaginable. And then would you go to the pub with the person what plays the best?
I would.
Mare?
I would.
And I would as well. It's the rare list where the lowest score is from Air.
Wow.
It's
my
like
2.
Yeah, and also your eyeball fun test you gave. I think this is like
I'm only 1 less than you 2. No, I'm 2. I'm 2. Sorry, I don't know.
3 less.
I don't know why I thought that. I'm 2 less than OT and 3 less from Honor. That's not that far.
Well, in the grand scheme we've scored
87
so far.
87 out of 100. Fuck me.
Yeah, 87. I think that is
going. That's going to get beaten.
I don't think that is going to get beaten. So I think we can crown the 3 trolls as apparently the best MESBG list ever made.
It does. It does kind of embody SBG.
I don't know about that.
It's not.
That's a bit wild.
It's not a boring shield wall with spear support, so it can't embody MESBG.
Okay.
It is, however, I think if MESBG from a thematic and not competitive viewpoint, a very good list. as reflected by our scorings. So there we go. It turns out that we really like monster lists.
Yeah, even Dragons of the North, which was by far the worst, is still around average.
Average. Yeah. We've just absolutely dumpstered on all of the just perfectly normal lists viewed before.
Yeah.
And
Maybe we
we
should have saved this one for the end.
No. So let me very quickly just check what is going to be next episode. And I would
Fellowship of the
probably
Ring.
yes. Yeah. So we're doing Fellowship of the Ring. So 4 lists from the beginning of that movie. We're going to be doing The Shire, Roads to Rivendell, The Fellowship, and the Black Riders. So quite a good heavy lists going on there. So that's going to be next episode. And I think that somewhere down the line in a few months' time, I have scheduled Monster Mash 2 Electric Boogaloo, where we'll be able to review the maybe slightly less good monster lists. I can't see them doing as well as what we've ranked these ones, my god. But there we go. And I think people will wait with great suspense as to whether anything can beat the 3 trolls. I don't think it's possible.
I mean, also, is anything going to be worse than Army of Gundabad?
Well, that is, I think...
We may already have done the best and the worst armies.
I think we might find something worse than Army of Gundabad.
Ooh, bold call.
I reckon.
It's possible.
There's definitely going to be some stuff out there that's pretty bad, right? It's definitely a chance. I don't know if the 3 of us are going to agree as strong again as we did on the trolls.
True.
I think we might individually all end up ranking something higher than the trolls, but I don't know if we will collectively do it. God, I actually ranked the trolls as high as Fangorn. I've just realised.
I ranked it higher than Eagles.
Fuck. Crazy.
Mayor ranked Fangorn above trolls, which is slightly spicy.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm the only person to do that, I bet.
He almost ranked Erebor Reclaimed as high as trolls too.
Spicy.
It's a bold strategy.
A wily one.
Lovely. Right. Thanks for listening to this incredibly long podcast filled with insightful takes and deep FAQ discussions. You've been joined by OT.
Bye, everyone.
The man.
Goodbye.
We sound defeated. And me, Onod. Bye. See you next time.
Moving on.